Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Text Chat, Boring or Brilliant Solution. Today, we are here to share one of iTrack's star products that is a favorite among many of our clients, Text Chat Live Sessions. My name is Leon Borner, and I'm the Director of Sales here at iTrack, and I'm pleased to be part of the webinar today. We do expect that there will be some questions along the way. Please enter your questions as you think of them in the question pane, and we will answer them at the end of the presentation today. I'm pleased to introduce you to the main presenter today, Juana Popescu. Juana is a client account executive and has been part of the iTrack team since 2015. In that time, she has managed and developed client accounts globally, including clients throughout Eastern Canada and the Eastern United States. Juana's focus is on helping her clients reach their qualitative research goals so that they can deliver rich project insights. Juana earned her MBA from the Edwards School of Business here in Saskatoon and a master's degree from the Academy of Economic Studies in Bucharest, Romania. Welcome, Juana.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here, and I'm excited to be the person entrusted with this mission to discuss and share information on this very simple product we have that needs no training, but is indeed an effective way to gather instantaneous qualitative insights. It can have a great impact on your research decisions and outcomes, on the relationship with your clients, and overall on the health of your research. Okay, so today I would like to bring up front a few of the things that make Text Chat brilliant and a great fit for so many projects and so many clients, and overall to help you understand different facets of this powerful tool we offer. So we're going to talk about the design differences between text chat and video chat, why and when anonymity is important for live groups, what type of projects benefit most from text chat technology, and setup, sensitive, private projects where unbiased responses are needed, larger groups, projects including live streaming, and projects with audiences who are not tech savvy. We'll also look at important features like the backroom for observers that allows your research to be more versatile, or a great tool such as iMarket that allows researchers to easily and instantaneously access creative insights. Okay, so I will start, and let's talk for a minute about design here. This old question we're always getting, why text chat and not video chat? This question is also, I bet, on everybody's minds right now. Involuntarily, this is a comparison that comes to mind when you're looking at selecting the right methodology for a live focus group. How do you decide whether a text chat is more effective or more appropriate than a video chat for a certain project? And I'm going to start with the obvious. You're using video chat technology when you need to see participants' faces, to gauge their emotions or their reactions to certain stimuli, when you need participants to show you something, a product or how they use that product, or let's say how they engage with a prototype, for instance. By comparison, you are using the text chat anytime when webcams are not needed. And when you think about it, there are lots of situations when webcams are not necessary. Sometimes your audience, for whatever reasons, is reluctant to sharing their faces. Maybe this is a sensitive or private study, medical, financial, military, and it's important that participants don't show their faces. You're using text chat when your audience cannot access video interaction successfully, and this happens. In this case, text chat can be seen as an alternative to video chat. Either participants don't have a webcam, or their devices, their computers are too old. Text chat requires a really low bandwidth as opposed to the stable internet connection you need for successful video interactions. Or let's say these participants live in a remote area and their internet connection is fluctuating. Text chats are the first option with rushed or quick turnaround projects. because session can be set up right away, no technical checks or other webcam-based requirements are needed. Text chats can be used with all types of participants, and I would say is the preferred methodology for younger audiences. Text chats will provide more data than video chats because participants are all typing at the same time and not waiting on their turn to respond as they do in a video chat. For you, this also means you can cover a broader range of topics. And last, streaming live events in the moment research studies are easier done in text chats just because live streaming does not interfere with the bandwidth of the session, right? And we're going to talk about all this more in depth in the following topics. But listen to what our clients replied when asked what they disliked about text chat.
I don't think there's anything I dislike, to be honest. But my favorite thing about it is that we're getting so much feedback. So obviously with a video group, sometimes like we have to obviously talk one at a time. So sometimes people can talk over each other. Whereas with the text group, you know, everybody's giving their answer at the same time. So we're getting pages and pages of transcripts, like, which is great. And obviously we know the transcripts are 100% accurate because people are typing themselves. So I find that really good. I like as well in the transcripts, it has the poll results in with the transcript, so you can see the results and all the quotes straight away.
One of the greatest benefits you get from a text chat environment is anonymity. So participants respond and contribute in an anonymous way. Text chats coupled with generic display names provide the opportunity for participants to remain anonymous. And this is the environment of choice for all sensitive topics, groups with competitors and other scenarios where participants will be more expressive if their anonymity can be maintained. You'll get more honest responses from participants compared to a webcam-based group. And let's get a bit deeper in here. So participants may feel inclined to provide more honest answers just because of the security of anonymity. And I'm going to tell you a short story about an experiment we did. So we asked the same audience, general population, to respond to a few basic questions in two very different settings, in a webcam-based group and in a text chat group. And we asked the respondents if they wash their teeth 3 times a day. All participants in the video group said yes. Their faces were recorded, right? So the other participants, moderator, and observers were watching and judging. In the text chat, of course, only one participant said he's washing his teeth 3 times a day. And what I'm saying is the moderator can expect more honest responses from participants in a text chat setup, just because there's no webcam involved, so there's no judging. And participants do feel a bit safer because not everybody is looking at them and knows who they are. Moving forward, text chats are easy to use and intuitive. Well, the purpose of your research is your report, right? And to be able to communicate in a simple way with your participants and get as many insights in a given time, not to discover buttons in the platform or to be afraid to click on different areas of the interface. So first, text chat is the methodology that really speeds up the research process. So it is best fit for all quick turnaround studies. Obviously, there's no travel associated with in-person sessions. You start your group immediately. There are no technical checks or requirements that are typically involved in webcam-based focus groups. For you, this means no additional steps or stress. You use the time wisely. You preload your questions and stimuli and type only probe questions if you want, or set up on-the-fly polls. Because the technology is so easy to use, you don't need a live support or a concierge person. Keep in mind, though, the platform includes a help button that can be easily accessed if anybody, moderators, participants, observers, ask for support and wants to immediately connect with our team. Quick Turnaround transcripts are available immediately after your group completes, and new members of the team can jump right into the platform and use it without any training. And this is a technology not only easy to use, but also easy with numbers. So you have the ability to run small or larger groups, even interviews if you want, in a live setting. You can bring your 8, 10, 12, 15, up to 40 participants in a live group, and as many observers as you need in the back room. You can move a few respondents to the waiting room and back if you want to elicit a short discussion with a selected group. You can direct or private chat with each participant or with observers in the back room. And last but not least, you can select the server where you need it. If this is a requirement for your client, if you need to host and store your information in a specific region, like Central US only, or Canada only, or Germany, let's say, anywhere in the world, you have the option to select a specific server in that region. So just to do a bit of a recap so far, TextChat is great for projects in emerging markets or regions with limited internet bandwidth. It's great for non-tech savvy audiences because it's so easy to use. It means it can be accessed by all types of audiences. And when I say non-tech savvy, I really mean non-tech savvy. The interface is so simple for participants. All they need to do is type. There's no things like adjusting microphones or using headphones or webcams. TextChat is great for quick turnaround projects with tight deadlines and budgets. With projects with younger audiences like teens and millennials who prefer typing to sharing their faces. And for all projects or mix of projects where you need spontaneous, honest, and unbiased responses from participants. But one of the areas where TextChat use excels is with projects with an extensive guide and many topics to cover. So we already agreed with this. Participants are all typing at the same time. They don't wait for each other's response. So the amount of information you get is superior to the insights you get from a video group. Sometimes in video groups, you may miss important points because you moved ahead without listening to all participants. In a text chat, you're getting responses from all participants, not just from the one or two who responded in your video session. Participants can have their voices heard and by not being run over by louder or more dominant voices in the room. So clearly, a text chat will generate more insights and information than a video chat. Most people can read or type much faster than they can listen or speak. People can process questions and express themselves simultaneously, so those important focus group minutes are not used up by letting everyone in the video group take turns sharing their answers. I can tell you the experience showed us text chat transcripts are approximately 33% longer than transcripts for video groups. So this means more data is collected than in any video chat. Without actually using the text chat platform, it is easy to believe there's little engagement between participants, but anyone who uses the platform just once, just for one session, will say there's a deeper engagement than what you may see in other types of methodologies. So participants do engage with each other, and we have seen the moderator stepping out for a few minutes to let participants bring their own ideas to the table and discuss it. And I'm going to share with you now a quick video of the product in action. Here is participants' perspective of the interface. So respondents reply to each other and the moderator while they're also watching a video file you're sharing. And now you can also see the moderator's perspective. This is how it looks. You can see the conversation in the main room between participants, but you can also see the reports, poll results, and you also see on the right the preloaded guide visible to you only. Observers or respondents cannot see the guide. So iTraxx text chat will bring you the most consolidated viewing room or back room in the industry. You can bring as many clients as you want. There are no restrictions. The backroom of a text chat is a completely separate channel, and it will never interfere with the main discussion between moderator and participants. Your observers will communicate with each other, and the private chat function allows for direct communication with moderator. And you can think about your viewing room or your back room as your secondary part. Particular to the observation room, you can have cross-functional teams, and you can think about who's going to need the data to make decisions, and who are your participants, and who needs exposure to these people. And you can invite everyone, from your CEO to your sales team to your marketing agency, your ad agency. People that are invited are people who will be integral to the use of the data and will be part of the team who's making decisions, and also be in effect finding mission themselves. In the back room, there's many things that can happen. For instance, you can add an additional moderator. So that moderator in the back room can filter questions to the moderator in the main room. Let's say it is a new product that is offered, and you do have customers on the text chat, and you find out participants never heard about certain features of this product. And this generates a discussion in the back room. Why don't respondents know about these features after all the marketing campaigns we did? Now, as a side story, one of the global companies who's using iTraxx text chats for a long time now has sometimes upwards of 100 people in the back room, and they organize viewing parties in their companies, and the senior person, the manager, will cater lunch and make it an event for the entire team. So keep in mind, text chat backroom does play an important role in the qualitative research process. It's not just a room for observers to witness the interaction between participants and moderator. Next, text chat allows for live streaming from within the platform, and I would say it is a great way, the best way to do in-the-moment research. And this is an efficient way to get people's opinion and preferences and deliver accurate insights on the spot. In post-event research like surveys or boards, respondents answer days or weeks after their experience. Therefore, they have to rely on their memory and sometimes forget details, or their memory is biased by the information they accumulated in the meantime. A more natural way of providing feedback, because respondents don't need to think about or remember, is live text chat, where respondents watch a certain event from within the platform and provide feedback just by engaging in the focus group during the event, during breaks or transition periods. So by comparison, if you are conducting a video group during a live event, such as a debate, a political debate, or a sporting event, it can be very distracting. Live streaming from text chat platform provides faster results than any other methodologies and is great for concept testing, because participants think fast and they don't overthink their responses. For video advertisement testing, for website testing or reviews, if you want program reviews, live events, any live TV shows, so political debates, sports tournament, client's own live event, and training testing. So moving forward, we're now looking at a method of recruiting we call here web intercept. We simplified it to perfection, and it works well. It works great with all our technologies, but really shines with text chat, because you can recruit, you can run your group and have your transcripts and pay your participants all in the same day. It's a recruiting methodology perfect for super fast projects and easy recruiting. Participants are intercepted while they go about their normal activities online, and they're moved directly through a website pop-up into our iTraxx text chat software, where the moderator is waiting for the group to fill. Once you reach the desired number of participants, and this will typically take about 15-20 minutes, the group begins with a simple setup and usage that you can expect from iTraxx. immediately after the event ends, a transcript and polling data are available for analysis. Automated incentive fulfillment is distributed immediately after the group finishes. And now, what you're seeing right now on the screen, this is iMarket. And we do have system in place to work with external surveys. Our API specialists can discuss with you and help you integrate with the software. But one of the tools we developed as an independent tool but can easily integrate in a live text chat is iMarket. It's a tool that lets participants drop pins and comments on images and provides you with a spontaneous heat map. And the same mechanism is available in videos. It's very similar. So whether you need your respondents to mark up images or videos, the fact that you're provided with an instantaneous heat map will allow you to ask relevant probing questions while the activity is still occurring. So that was my presentation today. The premise of today was to help you understand that what can be perceived in the industry as a perhaps boring way to collect data is really a brilliant way. The way our text chat is built, it can be a brilliant addition to your research process. And it's really delightful to bring your participants and observers in two separate channels whose common connector is you, the researcher. You're able to do things on the fly, you include poll questions, you deep probe, you challenge participants in areas with low bandwidth, you do those sensitive medical studies, you use participants' engagement in your favor, you capture more insights, and you live stream within the platform for best in the moment approach. So thank you for your time and attention. And I hope you found this interesting and it got you thinking at ways to incorporate text chat in your research. And you don't have to take my word. So iTrax provides 14 days of free trial. So you and your colleagues can test the technology on your own and decide after if it is the good fit for your research, the right fit for your research. iTrax team and I are always available for questions, demos, scenarios, and tests as you need. And I will hand it over to Leon now to respond to your questions. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Juana. A wonderful presentation, and we do have an active set of questions from our audience today that I'm excited to dive into. So I'll do my best to start to respond to some of these questions, Juana, but I might come to you for some of your expert opinion or advice on some things. So the first question that came in was, who runs the chat? Is it moderator or AI driven? And so in this technology and in this platform, it would be moderator facilitated and driven. It's not facilitated by any artificial intelligence, and certainly that has been the expression of our clients, is that's the way that they would prefer it for sure. The next question is, can you please send us the presentation? Absolutely. This presentation and webinar will be distributed to all attendees. In fact, we have a few that registered but weren't able to attend live, but did submit a question or two that we'll get to. But most certainly we'll make this webinar available to everybody at the conclusion of it today. Another question is, how do you filter out professional respondents when you recruit them via the web? And this is a fantastic question, and something that we found a great way to approach this and get rid of some of those professional respondents, as you've called them. So one of the best practices that we have is to encourage the recording of a video articulation response or question. So as your audience, as your target navigates through your screener and progresses through, the last question can be an integration link into our asynchronous product, our board. And so for Juana, as an example, if she was to pass through the first 4 or 5 screening criteria or questions, the 6th question could be, Juana, we would love to hear a little bit more about yourself. Please click this link where we will ask you to record a short video introducing yourself. That link would take to the asynchronous iTrax board, where Juana can upload a video introducing herself, and then at that point, our clients at their discretion can filter through those video articulation responses and hand select those that they would really like to participate in their study. How many participants can be at any one time, and can the participants be from different countries? That's a fantastic question. So, you know, what we have found in feedback from our clients is to target 40 respondents or fewer in a text chat. That's an awful lot of voices through typing to hear from, but you can absolutely be recruiting a global audience for your study or for your individual session. So, but you can certainly have respondents from around the globe, and you can certainly have a very large audience. But what we hear from our clients as a best practice, they're the experts when it comes to facilitating and moderating discussions, is that, you know, 35 to 40, anything more than that, it can get rather challenging to make sure that you know, respond or have the ability to probe in. Here's a fantastic question: is do you have any data from participants who have done both video and text chat about their preference or any differences among different demographics? And so Juana mentioned in the presentation to have to use this application in political studies or research. And so maybe I'll share just a brief story. So recently we had a client that wanted to do some research live during a broadcasted debate. And so what the first phase of that study was, they had 12 undecided voters from across the country, coast to coast, participated in a live text chat session where the debate was streamed live into the software and it was a moderated discussion. And there were questions and some polls that were presented into the text chat discussion throughout the debate. And then really once the commercial breaks came about, they were really able to get into back and forth. And we had some fantastic feedback from the participants and the moderator and the back room about the ability to really have that live engagement happening live while the leadership candidates debated their position on some key topics in this election. The event was such a success that 2 of the campaign managers that were in the back room observing the live text chat event asked to have a live video chat or video focus group session be conducted with 5 of the 12 the very next day. And so 5 of those 12 respondents were moved into a video focus group the next morning. I would say both highly successful, and we actually have some testimonials from the participants and gaining insight into their experience. And I would say that both are fantastic methodologies. Just a different way to think things through, but that ability to do live event research is really quite powerful and something that our clients are doing more and more of every day. Let me get into here. Could you please talk about whether or not you can have multiple moderators within text chat sessions? So Juana, do you want to cover that? I just want to make sure I collect all these questions while they're coming in.
Sure, absolutely. So you can have more than one moderator in a text chat if you want. 2, 3, 4 moderators. They're all typing at the same time. Yes.
Fantastic. And while you're answering that, actually just thought of another example of the text chat for the live events. So we had a study on vaccination and the respondents and audience were in Africa and South Africa, so emerging markets, where internet connectivity can be a challenge. So what the study owner, the study sponsor found is by moving to a text chat session, they were able to get more insight and more data collected because respondents, a moderator, and even project managers weren't as distracted by, you know, managing connection issues or managing bandwidth issues. And so, you know, by being able to focus their energy on the quality of the research itself versus, you know, managing technology issues in remote parts of some different countries, they found it to be really valuable and a way to gain better insights, quite frankly. Can the questions be preloaded by the moderator, and can the moderator choose from pre-selected and in-the-moment questions in real time? So absolutely. So within our real-time platform, for any of the features or functionality, whether it's one-on-one interviews, video focus groups, or text chat sessions, you can absolutely preload a discussion guide. Not only can you preload, but you have the ability to add questions on the fly. So as an example, if you wanted to conduct a poll, ad hoc and in the moment, it's very easy to add that in. You can add media or stimuli on the fly if you want in our media library and the way to manage that. So that's a great question, but certainly. Can respondents participate via SMS, text, or do they have to log into a web platform? So that's a great question. So the software and the product itself requires no download. It is all browser-based. For text chat groups, it should be conducted by all participants and the moderator from a desktop or laptop computer. If you think about your typical group sizes and the audience, depending on the activity and the number of questions and probes coming from the moderator, that message pane can be moving pretty fast. And so when it's limited to a mobile device, it just becomes not as strong as an experience as it can be from a mobile, or sorry, excuse me, from a laptop or a desktop device. Can the platform be branded? Absolutely. Our product is completely white labeled, so it can be branded to your firm or agency or to your brand or your study sponsors if you want. Can the software be used in Europe? Absolutely. So our product is completely enabled through the Microsoft Azure Cloud Services Network. We're very excited and proud to say that. What that allows you to do at project setup time is decide where you would like the data stored. So being a firm that is very proud of our security track record in the industry, and being able to make statements that we are GDPR and HIPAA compliant, what you do at the start of your project to decide which storage region you would like that data stored. So if the study sponsor requires the data all remain on home soil, that is easily achievable at project setup time, and certainly either through our client services team or our knowledge share sessions, we can show you how to orchestrate that. It's just a few simple clicks of a button. Do we have to get our own sample, or is it already in iTraxx? So we do have an internal team that offers a recruiting service. We do also offer our clients access into what we call the iTraxx Trusted Network that any of us would be happy to take you through. Or if you have your own sample, your own panel, your own community, or your own recruiting partner that you would prefer to work with, we have clients every day that bring panelists, sample recruiters, or respondents, excuse me, in from external sources. Very easy to add them and get them invited out via our broadcasters. So we're certainly happy for those participants to come from multiple sources. Sorry, let me just go back to these questions here. There's quite a few of them coming, which is exciting. What is the advisable length of a session? That's a great question. Juana, do you have any feedback from some of your clients that have offered feedback on that?
Of course, I would say it really depends on the number of participants you have on that session. 60 minutes, 90 minutes, if you have, more than 12 participants or 10. It also depends on the number of topics, on how much probing do you want to do, how much in depth do you want to go with these participants. So I would say 60, 90 minutes. 2 hours is a bit long. It's getting too long, regardless of the number of your participants or the number of your topics.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think to one client in particular that runs on average 1 to 2 text chat sessions each evening in our software Monday through Friday across various different target audiences. I know that typically the designer of that study, when they're targeting the older demographic, they'll keep the sessions a little bit shorter, just to not have them in front of a screen per se for quite a long time. When they're targeting the younger audience, they will typically expand the size of that audience and target 75 to 90 minutes. So like Juana said, a little bit dependent on the audience and the the number of questions that you plan to probe into. But I think if I had to say, it's typically 60 or 90 minutes are the most prevalent use cases, and then you adjust based on your audience and the field of study that you're looking at. Can moderators follow up with each individual? Juana, is the next question that we have.
Absolutely. So moderators do have the ability to privately chat with each participant. And participants can do the same. They can send a direct message to the moderator.
Okay. Can you run groups in French, Juana?
Sure we can. So text chat interface can be set up at the moment in any of the 10 languages available. French is included. And if there's a language you need, just let us know and we'll discuss.
If we've run a little long on time, sorry, I get excited, and we've had a really great volume of questions. If there's any questions that we've left unresponded to, most certainly we will make sure that we respond to those and provide answers to the questions to the registrants today, and reach out to anybody that may not have had their question heard. It's been a fantastic webinar today. Juana, thank you so much. As she mentioned before, Juana, myself, and the rest of our team, we are absolutely here to help. If you've got any questions on the way to leverage technology to help you gain great outcomes or insights as part of your project and study design, please do reach out to us. And with that, we'll bring today's webinar to a close. Thanks again, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.